First with breaking news. First with new information. Plus, your first alert forecast. 19 News starts now.
Well, we start with the Browns, who are starting a new era. Another one. This time without Myles Garrett. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brian Duffy. Thanks for watching 19 News first at 4 and on 19 News Plus.
And I'm Nicole Versansky. So Browns GM Andrew Berry met with the media this morning to explain why they made the move. Right now, our Ashley Holder was there. She joins us live now in Berea. Ashley.
Hey guys, listen, the day after any big trade is when the team will have to sell that trade to the fans. And as good as Myles Garrett was and still is, Andrew Berry really did not want to talk about Garrett. He wanted to talk about the guy that they got for Garrett, and that's Jared Verse, 25 years old, edge rusher, and has only missed one game in 2 years and has 12 sacks in that time. The Browns think Verse is one of the best young players in the league, and he's only making $5 million, so they could control him for 3 more years at a pretty low cost. Here's Berry's message to the Browns fans.
All of our goals are still in front of us. You know, we have an excellent defense with really good players at on 3 levels, and Jared, he's an outstanding. He's one of the best players in the league, and so we're excited to have him as a part of our team. I understand the emotional reaction of Myles. Look, We've known him since he's 21 years old, coming out of Texas A&M. We've seen him grow up here and everything like that, and he's accomplished really great things for us on the field. And so there's always an emotional tie for someone who's going to be one of the franchise greats. So certainly understand that. We're really excited about Jared. We're really excited about this defense. I know Monk's really excited about bringing Jared into the organization. But everything's still right in front of us in terms of that regard.
All right, so why didn't the Browns get more for Myles Garrett? Well, they got a first-round pick, and they also look at Verse as a first-rounder. Berry said, listen, there was few teams that could be able to pick up Myles Garrett's salary as well as give up a guy like Verse at the same time. And listen, the Rams were very aggressive when it came to pursuing Myles Garrett, and now the LA Rams are the favorites to win the Super Bowl. For now in Berea, Ashley Holder, 19 News.
All right, so you can let us know what you think of this trade. We have a poll up on our website.
Here's a little look at the results. You can see them there on the bottom of the screen. 31% of you say it's terrible. The trade's terrible. 22% of you say you love it. Let's go ahead and rebuild. 47% of you say, I'm just done with the Browns. You can vote by going to the story on our website at Cleveland19.com. And you certainly know this is going to be a hot topic on Off the Leash. We have a new podcast dropping tonight on 19 News Plus. You can check it out at 6:30 after 19 News at 6.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
We're beginning an upward trend in those temperatures over the next few days, starting with tomorrow as we're back into the middle and upper 70s from the upper 60s and lower 70s that we're seeing now. Still plenty of sunshine to be expected at least this week as well. And those temperatures, again, feeling very nice right now. We're at 71 Elyria, 74 in Worcester, 74 in Akron, 69 in Hopkins. Zooming in, though, a little bit of a lake breeze going on right now, 65 downtown. 70 in Solon. So southern Cuyahoga County, southern Geauga County, southern Lorain County, even into far southern portions of Lake County, much warmer compared to other locations right along the lakeshore. We'll continue to be in the 60s and 70s for the remainder of your evening. Eventually back into the 50s, still clear tonight as well. But we do have rain chances to talk about. That's coming up in the 7-day in about 10 minutes.
And we now have new developments in that absolutely heartbreaking story making the rounds on social media. A dog abandoned, just left by himself behind a local skating rink.
Poor guy spent days on the streets before a neighbor stepped up to save him. Now 19 News has learned a woman has been charged in this case.
First at 4, Brittany Weir, who's been working this story for us, is live outside Skate World. Brittany, you spoke to that neighbor. Now, what did she have to say?
Yeah, she says she was determined to capture and save that dog. It all happened right here behind Skate World, which is located right off of Route 6. Cameras captured everything. A dog left behind alone and then chasing after its owner. It's absolutely heartbreaking, but now that dog is safe thanks to a neighbor who didn't give up on him. This security footage is from Friday night. You can see a white Honda pull behind Skate World. The car stops, but then the driver turns around to exit the parking lot. But if you look closely, you can see a dog chasing after it. For the next 4 days, that dog, later identified as Lino, roamed the neighborhood alone, darting across busy roads. Emily Farley saw Lino and couldn't look away.
The dog ran. A couple hours later, we seen him run back across, and he was standing in the road, and I'm like, oh my God, this dog is gonna get hit by a car. Well, the next day, we saw him run again, and I was like, okay, so I was going to the store, I took a couple treats, and I was like, let me see if maybe I can gain his trust.
Then she saw the security camera video, and her determination grew.
And we saw the video, and I was like, that is like heartbreaking to see. Like, I don't understand how people could do such a thing to something so sweet, so innocent.
On day 4, Lino showed up limping in Emily's driveway. She grabbed a leash and 4 hot dogs.
I gave him piece by piece. He started coming closer and closer and closer. And then by the last hot dog, he was eating out of my hand.
Thankfully, Emily was able to get the leash on him.
I was determined to catch him so he could find a better home than he had.
Emily brought Lino to the Lorain County Dog Kennel, and he has now been transferred to the Friendship Animal Protective League. Lorain police charged 34-year-old Sierra Roman with abandoning animals and 2 other violations.
How could you dump something that you've been taking care of, that you've grown a connection with?
And Lorain police say the key to this investigation was that camera right here at Skate World and, of course, the community. Now, Lino is not yet ready to be adopted, but as soon as he is, we will keep you updated. In Lorain, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
Police just arrested the man suspected of starting a fire at the Akron market over the weekend. So this is the suspect, 36-year-old Manuel Ramirez Molina. The Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force took him into custody. He's accused of starting the fire that ripped through Roush's Market on Thornton Avenue Saturday morning.
President Trump says reports that the U.S. and Iran have stopped negotiating are false, posting on social media this afternoon that talks to end the conflict continued today. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
President Trump on social media this afternoon says the talks with Iran have been continuous over the past few days and today, but he also added, where they lead, one never knows.
Testifying publicly for the first time since the start of the war with Iran, Secretary of State Marco Rubio told lawmakers talks are ongoing, despite one Iranian outlet's claim that the exchange of messages stopped.
Now, some of it is logistical. They're operating probably using couriers and things of this nature. Part of it is internal fissures on exactly what they should agree to or not agree to.
Rubio also argued progress has been made, even though complex details still need to be worked out.
They have agreed to negotiate aspects of their nuclear program that just a month ago, or just a year ago, they were refusing to even mention, much less enter into discussions about.
With gas prices averaging more than $4 a gallon, Democrats on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee pressed Rubio about the impact of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz on energy prices and the global economy.
What is going to get the strait reopened? Because this is kind of the only question that matters for American consumers right now.
Secretary Rubio said condition number 1 for Iran is to reopen the Strait of Hormuz without tolls or threat of attack. Iran, for its part, is insisting that fighting between Israel and its proxy Hezbollah must also stop.
Smoke billowed in southern Lebanon Tuesday, despite President Trump saying the two sides agreed to stop attacks. In Washington, the State Department hosted another meeting between officials from Israel and Lebanon as the administration tries to broker peace.
An Iranian military official in a threatening statement said that Iran has not yet revealed all of its, quote, Trump cards. Secretary Rubio, during that hearing, acknowledged that Iran still has a lot of drones because he says they are easy to make. At the White House, Natalie Brand, CBS News.
Well, gas prices are showing their largest weekly decline since the financial crisis in 2008. AAA reports regular unleaded is averaging about $4.29 a gallon across the United States, 2 cents cheaper here in Ohio. That's down roughly 20 cents from a week ago and 3 cents from Monday. The future of gas prices remains unclear as the Iran war continues. But we do like every day, we are finding the best prices in our area with the help of Gas Buddy. It is $3.76 at the MAPCO on South Main Street in Monroe Falls. You'll pay $3.89 at the Marathon in Cleveland on Broadway. It is $3.94 in Parma at the BP on Pearl Road.
Well, it's an old manufacturing building that has sat vacant for a long, long time. And quite honestly, it's been an eyesore for years.
Well, it is about to be completely transformed into something Cleveland truly needs, more affordable housing. 19 Data journalist Dan DeRose joins us now with the details.
Hasn't been occupied since 1985. Think about it. That's 40 years that the Warner and Swayze building, massive manufacturing building. They made computer parts, but again, sat vacant since 1985. Intersection of 57th Street and Carnegie. If you were headed up to University Circle this way, you go right by it. It's got spray paint all over it. I put this one up, these pictures coming to us from the county, because you can see great view of downtown, and then that direction, a great view of the lake. It is a massive building, but there's a lot of work that has to be done on the inside. This was the groundbreaking or the golden sledgehammer event yesterday. Mayor Justin Bibb, County Executive Chris Ronayne there. This is what it will look like when it is finished. So what are they doing with it? Let's get to the specifics. 194,000 square feet. Geez, that is massive. Phase one, by the time they get done with it, they'll open up 112 rental units. And you might be saying, oh, sure, this is going to be all high dollar stuff that nobody can afford. No, that's not what they're doing here. Phase two is going to be 28 units. They're going to do more condominiums on the other side, as well as 20,000 square feet of commercial space. Here's what they're doing as far as pricing and making this affordable. You will be able to get in there if you make somewhere between 30 and 60% of the area median income. That's not the entire building, but there will be space for low-income housing. The county itself has put in $4 million in different programs for the development of this space. No timetable yet on a completion, but this is a massive project right in Midtown, trying to develop the area from downtown all the way to University Circle, and this is a major, major step forward.
The opportunity was too great. It wasn't like a plan A going into the offseason. Quite honestly, we would have operated differently if it was. But sometimes things come across your path that you're not expecting.
Your top forward four today, we heard from Browns general manager Andrew Berry talking about the trade deal with the Rams and losing Myles Garrett. He talked about the benefits of getting Jared Verse, an Ohio native who was born in Dayton. He's considered a young up-and-coming star. Jared Verse is set to arrive tonight. We should be able to meet with him tomorrow.
Police investigating after someone shot a University Heights property maintenance worker. That shooter is still out there. The victim was able to make the 911 call himself. Police responded here. That's the Bell Tower Center parking garage right there on Cedar. Shooter is long gone. He's in the wind. The victim's name has not been released, but we know that the person shot is in critical condition.
Now to the search for a killer. Someone shot a man inside a Cleveland Heights bedroom. Happened inside this home on Alston Saturday morning. There was a report of some sort of disturbance involving a gun, and when officers arrived, they found Franklin Smith Jr. had been shot. No arrests have been made, but we do know Smith was from Cleveland. We don't know his connection to that house in Cleveland Heights.
Grand jury just indicted the man accused of shooting at 5 police officers and a canine during this chase last month. That's Brian Branch. He's locked up at the Cuyahoga County Jail. He will be back in court next week. Thankfully, none of the officers were seriously hurt.
It's been nearly 7 years now since a fire nearly completely destroyed the Notre Dame Cathedral of Paris.
And the rebuilding effort has revealed, well, quite a bit. This is something else. Some now claiming the rebuild has actually led to the dig of the century, as some are calling it, revealing over 1,000 years of history as workers renovate the plaza outside the famous church. Archaeologists have uncovered Roman coins, medieval pottery, and the remains of centuries-old homes. It's offering a unique glimpse into life from nearly 2,000 years ago.
It's a rare opportunity for us to work on something that's really tangibly going to make a difference on the history of Paris.
Among the most intriguing finds are ceramic shards marked with mysterious inscriptions that have yet to be deciphered, and a 4th century coin stamped with the face of the Emperor Constantine. In this case, a rebuild of the cathedral appears to have unearthed a museum under the street. Breaking at this hour, President Trump signed an executive order asking tech companies to give the government oversight of new AI models before their public release. The order asks for a voluntary 30-day review. We'll see if he gets that. Today's signing marks a major step in the Trump administration's effort to regulate artificial intelligence. It wants early access to AI models in order to assess cybersecurity risk and protect infrastructure.
Also breaking, this video just in from an industrial fire in Superior, Wisconsin. It appears to be a demolition project gone wrong. We don't know how the fire started. Right now, people are being told to just stay away from that area so fire crews can continue to work safely. We have not heard of any injuries.
Man admits to killing his own grandfather and brother, then attacking the officers who had responded to the home.
So today was a step closer to justice as a family, as an entire neighborhood really continues to try to heal and move forward. First at 4, Stephen Hernandez has the story.
What goes through your mind when you hear something like that? You know, someone...
Like, I gotta move. We got to move.
A community now has justice. Aaron Sharp now says he killed 2 family members in one night. Sharp pleading guilty to the disturbing crime.
Guy ambushed me in the drive, opened fire as soon as he seen me.
Let's go back to August of 2025. East Cleveland police were called out to this house on North Taylor Road around 11 p.m. for a domestic dispute. They found 82-year-old Charlie Roscoe and 22-year-old Eric Sharp dead inside the house.
Shots fired, I'm hit. I'm hit.
Then things took a terrifying turn. Sharp opened fire on police as they were investigating. Officer Joshua Durda and Officer Brendan Hernandez both hit.
Officer shot, man, down. Yeah.
Paramedics rushed both officers to university hospitals, but thankfully recovered. But Sharp was still out there. Multiple departments tracked them down to an area near Shaw High School the following morning. Sharp originally pleaded not guilty to several charges, including aggravated murder. But according to the Cuyahoga Common Pleas docket, he changed his plea last week. Sharp will now be sentenced on June 17th. Stephen Hernandez, 19 News.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
All right, we're looking outside at very warm temperatures right now in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Zooming on into even cooler places, though, thanks to that lake breeze. We're back in the middle and upper 60s downtown Cleveland, upper 60s and lower 70s toward Menor, 71 at Elyria, and 72 right now in Medina. Still seeing plenty of that sunshine, though. First Alert Doppler not showing anything in terms of threatening weather headed our way. We have much more to talk about, though, as far as the sunshine and more rain chances, plus a warm-up in store. That's coming up in about 10 minutes.
A 19 crime alert. Police are warning drivers after a string of car break-ins overnight across Mentor-on-the-Lake. Investigators say someone went into a large number of cars and trucks and ripped off whatever they could get their hands on. Some cars had been left unlocked. Others were busted into. Officers are asking the people who live in the neighborhood to check their home security cameras and vehicle apps to see if anything helpful turns up. This morning, police in Springfield Township are working to track down this man. That's Vincent Simpson. They say he stole credit cards from someone who dropped them at the Speedway. He picked them up and helped himself. The officers tell us he tried to use them at several businesses on South Arlington Road. If you see Simpson or know where he could be, please give police a call.
Euclid police say a 2-day crime crackdown with county and federal partners is paying off. Euclid PD, the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Community Support Unit, and the Carjacking Task Force teamed up with K-9 units and a drone. They seized 6 illegal guns, including one that was stolen. They served 9 felony warrants, recovered a stolen vehicle, and they made drug and traffic cases. The Coast Guard is sending divers to new locations in its search for Lynette Hooker. The 55-year-old vanished in early April. Brian Hooker told investigators his wife fell from a dinghy in rough waters while the couple was traveling back to their yacht. He also told investigators where they should search for her. But a U.S. official said location data from Brian Hooker's phone is inconsistent with his statements. Divers are now planning to search the location indicated by his phone. Hooker has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing.
Well, clashes between law enforcement and protesters have brought nationwide attention to an immigration detention center. This is in Newark, New Jersey.
Lawyers for some of the detainees at Delaney Hall say the conditions inside are inhumane. Jen Sullivan has details on the ongoing protests and the alleged mistreatment.
Barricades and federal agents lined outside this ICE detention center in Newark, New Jersey Tuesday. For more than a week, crowds have been protesting outside Delaney Hall, alleging those inside are being mistreated.
And we believe that it should be shut down because we have actual irrefutable evidence now that the place is uninhabitable.
The mayor of Newark now threatening to expand the state's lawsuit against the private company that operates the detention center unless city officials are allowed inside to inspect it.
They cannot be shielded by a contract that they have with Homeland Security.
Questions about alleged mistreatment began after hundreds of detainees went on a hunger strike to protest what they called dirty conditions, a lack of sufficient food, and overcrowding inside the detention, according to their representatives. The Department of Homeland Security has repeatedly denied there was a hunger strike and other allegations. At times, anti-ICE protests have turned violent, so the mayor implemented a curfew. Safe zones have been set up for protesters, and New Jersey State Police are assisting ICE.
When they did show up, they quickly realized these aren't peaceful protesters.
The allegations in Newark are raising greater questions about detainee mistreatment at ICE centers across the country as the Trump administration cracks down on illegal immigration.
Immigration enforcement in this country, it should be fair, just, and humane.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
A semi crashed into the median and flipped on 490 East this morning. You may have been stuck in the backup trying to get into downtown. Nicole,
yes,
happened right at the 71-90 split. No one was seriously hurt, and it does not appear to be a hazmat situation. And crews battling a fire this afternoon as a garage caught on fire in Old Brooklyn. This was the scene on West 53rd. It's just east of Fulton. Fire crews were able to get the fire out. We have not heard of any injuries.